I feel like it wasn't like they have social media and all that. It wasn't you didn't have all these. I mean,
Right. So it was like,
like,
Yeah, yeah,
There
yeah.
you
you
go.
know what I'm saying?
like it
You,
was
you just in
bare
your
bones
city,
It
stuff
wasn't
to put out.
global. It wasn't a global
your town
scale.
with it or your city with it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You gotta
exactly.
deal with the people in your city, really. You ain't really had to
Yeah.
deal with like somebody across the country or across the in another continent or something. I mean, like,
You really could be the man in your town.
That's
yeah,
big
you know what I'm
facts.
Yeah,
saying?
Big facts.
yeah, you could be the man.
Yep.
Like I used to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Then
saying?
Instagram came out. Sheesh,
So it's like,
that ruined me, man.
Horrible.
it's true.
Oh man, well, that's. Well, do you think that since we have brought up the dark ages and like how we feel like it was probably easier as far as being organized with the like everybody knew their roles basically. What y'all think about like is it harder now?
Me, yeah,
Now
hell yeah.
is it like harder nowadays to like
Yes.
yeah?
For
Harder
what?
for what? For what?
I'm saying like is it harder for
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 men?
for the gender roles to be
Stop putting stuff
equally known.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like no entitlement,
Hell
or
yeah.
whatever the case is.
Hell
You
yeah.
feel me? Like
Oh, I definitely feel like that.
because nowadays like all right, so I'm not everybody both genders got their accountability, but I'm just saying like as far as like nowadays, I see a lot of us dudes, with a lot of skill sets or like a lot of values, and then you have a lot of women that don't got that, but they have high expectations and high.
Yeah,
Higher expectations, right.
That's not really
Because
gender roles
a
though.
lot
That's
of
not really
times
gender roles.
women didn't.
No, it's not gender roles, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, as far as like, all right. So, do you think they had to deal with it like how we're dealing with it in the modern days, in the dark
Women?
ages?
Well, let me ask you a question. In the animal kingdom, right?
Yep.
Let's say a peacock for one, for example.
Yeah.
A peacock, right? The peacock usually goes for the female peacock usually goes for the man that has the best,
The most beautiful,
the most beautiful, the most, you know what I'm saying, the best dance or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's the
Women
same
talk
way.
about- Sorry.
She just ruined my whole.
No, you can.
I'm so
Oh my
sorry.
god,
I
yo.
did. I'm
I
sorry.
had a. Either way, like that's what they
Yeah.
do, yo. So
My
it's
bad.
not like it's the same thing today. That's what it's always going to be. Back in the day, whether it was caveman times or this time,
Mhm.
they always went for the man that was like had the best opportunity to give them their
Exactly.
best life.
But
You
that's
know what I
when,
mean?
but that's when men were actually celebrated as far as being masculine.
Men were never celebrated. Never
No,
in never in this
no.
in this life. Men were
I'm
never
not gonna-
celebrated.
No, yeah, but I'm just saying like we were more like not celebrated, but more respected or whatever the case.
I see what you're
you wanna
saying.
say.
I can see what you're saying now.
Back then,
I can see what
you
you're saying.
follow-
Yeah,
you
yeah.
follow I'm coming from like
We're
in the
more like
yeah.
a commodity.
Yeah.
More of a commodity back then.
Because all right, so real quick, so in a relationship, whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, or whether it's like husband and wife, right?
Mhm.
What holds the relationship together? Is it love, or is it wisdom?
Honestly, nowadays, I don't know that it's. I think people's idea of love is
The D.
skewed. What?
It is.
It's just no. Go ahead. A lot of love
I
is
think
like
their
legit.
idea of love is skewed because I feel like people think love is what holds together. I mean, so I'm married, so hell no. Like I tell my
Exactly.
husband,
Always brings that up.
Yep,
Yeah,
there
I
you
swear
go.
to God, she always brings
There
that
you
up.
go. It's
We
wisdom,
talked
man.
about what love is last episode. But what's
that's
love,
not
yo?
what I just said. He just was saying, do you think it's easier? Or do you think it's love that holds together or wisdom? And I think it's honestly wisdom. I think it's a mixture of both, right? Because back in the day, my grandmother, I know for a fact, stayed with my grandmother, even my grandfather, even though she did not love him.
She had two grandmothers.
That's what I'm
She had
saying.
two
Like, yo,
grandmothers,
I-
that's what I'm saying. Like, that proves that it wasn't about love. Like back then,
Right.
the way like it was getting cheated
There you
or
go.
however being mistreated or whatever the case
There
is,
you go.
they still
Thank
stayed
you, Bob.
there. That was beyond love, man. That was
Right.
love, you know what I'm saying. So it wasn't love that kept that together.
Right. It wasn't love. I think it was just obligation. Back in the and that I feel like
obligation with
obligation to the fact that you don't divorce, right? Like divorce is wrong. You don't leave your man. You got these kids. He's a provider. He's going to take care of these kids. That stigma that being a single parent, that was a stigma back like in that time. That wasn't something that was like
Yeah, that's shame. It was,
celebrated as
shame.
much as it is now.
It was shameful. I mean,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
shame. We need like if we should have kept that. I'm gonna be honest. We should have kept that. You know what I'm saying should have stayed like that. Should have like to be honest. Like
Well, then, honestly, you're right, because if it would have stayed like that, women would be a lot more selective as to who they sleeping with.
exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Okay. Do we think? And now I'm from a guy's perspective, but we can talk about both. Do you think that the females nowadays? We can talk about the guys too. I'm not saying it's just
Go ahead.
the
This is
guys.
your thing. I don't get offended.
Are they more are they more worth it back then, or are they more worth it now?
What,
Did
guys?
they have more value back then?
Can you rephrase that, please?
Yeah.
So so back then do the women
Oh, women.
because I'm a guy, so I'm just gonna speak from the guy's perspective. Are the women more valuable back then than
They are
the
now.
woman?
I don't think
Today.
the value in a woman changes, right? I think how she portrays herself and how any woman, right? Like you have a high caliber woman who's like, I'm not about to accept I'm out for myself, I'm doing whatever. Or you have this other woman that's like, I'm gonna show this skin, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. I'm me, I want to go out here and sleep with all of these people. So I don't necessarily think the value, right? Just in that word, women are valuable. Men are commodities. The seed of a woman is the seed. If you want to break it down to the skinny, the seed of a woman is what is valuable.
Hold on,
She
pause
turns
real
out-
fast. There's no seed of a woman. There's no seed of a woman.
The
Doesn't make
birthing
sense.
place, whatever. The birthing place of a woman.
We passed we not trying to start no trouble, but we passed the seed
Yeah.
to the womb.
Right. So the birthing place of the woman. What I'm saying, when bringing it down to just the bare minimum, both sexes are valuable because both sexes create life, right? That's where the value is. But when women and men, quote unquote, devalue themselves, I think women can devalue themselves more so than men. When it's sex, right? Sexual partners, men find less value in a woman that has had more sexual partners.
She talking about me, yo. I don't like this
Yeah.
at all.
Look, I'm gonna make.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna add this in there real fast.
Yep.
There are higher valuable women, there's higher valuable men, and there's lower
Yes.
valuable men and
Yes.
valuable women. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. There's basic niggas and basic females all day.
This is mad pointed, yo. Very pointed. This whole conversation is pointed.
No. It's okay. Okay. All right.
Sheesh.
So it might be pointed, but it's pointed into.
I'm good.
It's pointed to the people that is the problem.
And you gonna look at me and say that?
You know what I'm saying?
This is wild.
The people that's the,
This is wild.
that's the people that's the problem.
This is
You know what I'm saying?
wild,
That's
yo.
what you're pointing at.
This is
No,
wild, B.
Oh,
Conversation is wild, yo.
No, son.
Is this a
No.
what's it called?
But
Never mind. Next topic, yo.
This is
Next
what-
topic.
No,
It's something stupid.
Well, what I was
Something
about to
stupid,
say,
yo.
what I was about to say is that I just feel like the value of people back in the day was based off of society standards. Like you said, it was
Same
shameful.
thing. But today,
that's
though,
today.
right?
That's still today.
Right.
So like for
So that's-
instance.
Well, let her go. Let her go. Let her
okay.
go.
No, yeah, no,
Let
my
her
fault. My fault, Des.
No, I
My
agree.
fault,
That's
Lip. Go ahead,
the thing.
Lip.
I just think that the value of any person, woman or man, is based off of society's interpretation of what is acceptable, what is not, blah, blah, blah. So being a single mom was considered to be shameful. So you didn't have as many single moms, and if you did, that you grew up thinking that was your sister. My aunt called my grandmother Ruby, but it was her mom. But her mom raised her. My great grandmother raised my aunt as my grandmother's sister. So I just feel like, with society comes what's valuable and what's
So, well, you're absolutely correct about that. I'm gonna say that, like, society, I mean, that's where you get your history from. That's where you get your information from. That's where you get your life from. It's like the saying of, the winners make history. The victors are the one that writes it. That's what it is, yo. So you can't really. You just gotta be above that. You gotta be above that and actually understand and do your research about what's really going on in this life.
So with that being said,
No.
what is real value of what is the real value? So like when people talk about like relationships, like from each party, what is the value? It's not just because I'm a guy, or it's not just because you're a woman.
Right.
You can give birth, or because I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like let's just take out the sexual aspect of it. You feel me? Like
you're gonna ruin the whole conversation.
I didn't ruin the whole. I didn't ruin the
Y'all
conversation.
ruin the whole
so
conversation.
dumb.
No,
That's
that's
weird.
real quick.
And
Let's
the
take out.
conversation
Let's,
excuse now.
real quick.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
We-
done.
We're just dealing with different parts of it. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
when that's done, because you